1987 by Konami. Top Gun. Konami's got a reputation for making some pretty good games. I've got quite a few Konami games. Blades of Steel, Castlevania games made by Konami. The next Castlevania game we're going to see, Simon's Quest, is one of my favorites. I've probably got like 4. I'd have to say out of my favorite games, probably like 4 or 5 of them. Got Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, Spy vs. Spy, Maniac Mansion, North and South. And of course you got the Mario series, which the last 2 Mario games, Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels, I don't care for those 2, but the rest of them are pretty good. Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, Mario's missing. Okay, so the first mission is training for the next mission. Now, you got 3 missiles you can choose from the Hound, which is, you get 40, but the power is only like times 1. You use the Whoop where you only get 20, but you get power times 2, and you got the Tiger, which is 10, power times 4. For the first mission, I'm going to go with the Hound, because the only thing I have to shoot at in this game is other jets. The other mission I'm going to have targets to shoot at takes more than 1 missile, so I'm going to want the bigger, more powerful missiles to destroy them quicker. Yeah, it's pretty much. You can either press your A button to shoot at them like this, or you can press your B button to lock in an entire target and press it a second time. Launch your missiles as they got out of my range, y'all. But yeah, this part of the board's kind of boring. Whoa, you want to avoid those missiles coming at you? You can either try shooting them, but you have to get it right in the target, in the center target there, shoot them out of the sky. You have to shoot with the bullets, you can't shoot with the other missiles. Or else you can dodge them. Because you only get 3 lives in this game, and that's one of the ways you can lose a life is by getting hit by a missile. You get this danger thing behind you. You just want to keep rocking right and left. Get out of the way. Yeah, if those bullets hit you, you'll see those red dashes at the bottom of the screen under my radar. That represents how much, I guess you can call it, my health. Every time I get hit, those go down a little bit. So this first mission is really pretty simple. You're just flying, shooting at, you can either shoot at the jets or avoid them. Go down or up. I usually keep my nose up in the sky because in the next boards you're going to be flying over water. And there's aircraft carriers down there, and every time you see one, they'll shoot missiles at you. I usually just keep my nose up so I don't. So if you can't see them, they won't shoot at you. Or if they do shoot at you, they're not going to hit you. You can only get hit by a missile if you can see it. When someone sneaks up from behind and it says danger and you don't get out of the way quick enough, you'll end up dying. Okay, landing sequence. So now I gotta sit here and wait till my altitude goes down. The landing part can be kind of tricky. Take some practice because you got to keep an eye on your speed, altitude, and how far you're off to the left or right, up or down. want my altitude at 200. I want my speed at 288. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want to be right around that area. Should be pretty good. Perfect. So if you're off too much, you end up hitting the water and you lose life. That's usually the hardest part of the game, is landing. Okay, this time I'm going to go with the Tiger missiles. I'm just not going to use them on any jets. I don't know if you see my fuel over there on the left side of the screen. Okay, now this time I'm going to keep my nose up in the air. Because I don't want any aircraft carriers shooting missiles at me. And in this mission, my fuel is going to get down to pretty low where I'm going to have to refuel. What happens there is another jet hovers over me and hooks up a hose. I have to hook that hose up to him. Kind of like the landing sequence. You got to speed up, have your altitude, all that stuff matched up. You got to time limit too. If you don't do it in time, the jet will leave. Sometimes I can beat this game, and sometimes I can't. There's 4 missions. This is the second one right now. And once your altitude reaches 30,000 feet, you don't go any higher. I can't remember if I owned this game or not as a kid. The last game I played, Karate Kid, that is a game that I used to own. I actually don't think I did own this game. I think I used to rent it. One time I rented Top Gun Part 2 by accident. It's kind of hard to tell the two apart because the game looks pretty much the same, the cartridge picture. But in Part 2, you can't do that. Like, I got my nose pointed completely up the sky by holding down the whole time with directional pad. In Part 2, if you do that, you just keep rotating around in a circle. You can end up crashing. Whoa. Do you know what happens if you look down towards the water? Those circles on the map represent bases, or aircraft carriers. See, they shoot at you. Those are only shooting missiles at me, or bullets at me, but okay, my fuel's going to be getting low. When it gets down to 2 pellets, whatever you want to call them. They look like Pez candies. Okay, so I gotta press start, and this airplane's gonna be hovering over me. Look at my speed's down to 100 miles an hour. And we get this music that's gonna be coming up too. I don't know why you need music for this scene, but I gotta speed up. really bad here. There we go. Yeah, see, if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, the plane will just leave. You're flying on like 2 pellets of gas, and when your gas tank runs out, all of a sudden it just shows an explosion, like the screen turns orange or red, whatever it does. Okay, I just got hit with bullets, that's why my meter went down a little bit. My health meter, which is at the bottom and under the radar. See, I'm not going to use any of my missiles on jets because I'm going to save them for the last enemy, which is the enemy aircraft carrier. And since I'm using the Tiger missiles, which are the strongest, I think it takes like 3 hits to blow it up. Otherwise, if I were to use the second, I can't remember what they're called. These are the Tiger missiles, the second one. Anyways, it takes 6 missiles. And I think it's called Wolf or something. It's like the Hound missiles. Anyways, the stronger the missiles, the less it's going to take to blow it up. Yeah, the game's kind of boring at this point. Really, the only action is when you're landing. You only get the enemy when you're refueling. That's annoying. Here we go, first target. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Gotta get my altitude down. And when you fight against the target, you just want to keep rocking back and forth, avoid bullets, and shoot any missiles that are shot at you. Just keep shooting missiles back at the enemy. It's really not that hard. First chance I get to play games since Sunday. I'm hoping I'm off work Saturday and I can do some more games. Otherwise I have to wait till Sunday again. I just noticed that green meter at the top right of the screen. In all the years I've played this game, that's the first time I've ever noticed that. It shows how much damage the enemy's taking. Okay, so once again, landing sequence, I gotta get my altitude down. Yeah, you gotta press up to go down and down to go up. Right there's about perfect. Why can't I keep it right there? Uh-oh. Okay. It can be a little stressful sometimes. Okay, mission 3, destroying an enemy base. Okay, this is pretty much just like the last mission, except for instead of flying over water, we're flying over land. Instead of aircraft carriers shooting missiles at us, they'll be bases, so pretty much much the same as the last mission, except for just different colors. It has some weird looking land too, it's yellow. Looks like I'm flying over a giant chunk of cheese. After this mission, I'm going to have to pull up my list of video games to see what's coming up this weekend. I might actually do that now as I fly. It doesn't really require constant watching. Okay, the next game is probably one of the worst ones I've ever played, Solomon's Key. Because one of my friends I used to hang around with a while back told me that was pretty fun, so I gave it a try. Oh, that was close. But it was too hard for me out. The first board's pretty easy, the second board, I think it's like the second or third board I got stuck in it, so that game's going to be a really short one. That video's going to be really short, I should say. And after that, we got a fun one, Super Mario Bros. 2. The American version, the one that we are familiar with. That's the game I can beat, and that's going to be the first game. That actually might be the first game I beat if I don't beat this one. And that's going to be the first game that's going to be longer. It's going to take longer than one video. It's going to take 2 videos to beat that because it's like an hour and a half just to beat it. I'm going to be low on fuel again pretty soon. Yeah, so my camera only records up to 1 hour and shuts off. So I'm going to have to record a 1 hour video and then I'll make a part 2, which will be another half hour, 45 minutes. You know, it's kind of funny when I'm refueling here. I have like no use of I can't use my gun or my missiles. Wouldn't now be a good time for the enemy to attack me? Because I gotta use A to speed up and B to speed down. Whereas usually when I'm fighting, A is my guns and B is my missile. So the next game we see, Solomon's Key, that's going to be the last of the 1987 games. We'll be jumping into 1988. So far, we're doing pretty good though. Level 3, haven't died yet. But that doesn't mean there's no guarantee that I'm going to beat it. Still got to complete this mission yet, and then there's one more after this. In 1988, there's quite a few games that were pretty fun from 88, so we're going to see like Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. That's going to be another video that's probably going to be a 2-parter, maybe 3, not sure. Most likely 2-parter. Well, no, it's probably going to be I'm going to do full playthrough, which will probably be a two-parter, and then I'm going to do an extra, show alternate endings, which is going to be like probably a short part 3. We got Blades of Steel. We got 2 hockey games, Ice Hockey and Blades of Steel. We got Paperboy. We got another one of my favorites, Spy vs. Spy. Adventure Island, which is Nintendo's copy of Sega's Wonder Boy. So here we are to the next targets, just like the last one. As soon as my altitude gets down. Okay, there's no way to avoid 2 missiles. You gotta be kidding me. Jet came up on my radar from behind while I was during fight against the last. So yeah, I died once already. So just 2 more dies and my game's over, so even though I was doing good before, it doesn't still no guarantee that I'm gonna win. See, I could end up crashing right here and then use up another life. Destroy an enemy space shuttle. Okay, the last mission. At least this one kind of changes up. First I'm over the clouds, and then I'll be over water. And this one, the jets like flip sideways too and everything. They actually got like space shuttles and stuff flying around. I don't remember America ever attacking other countries' space shuttles. Whoa, that was close. All it takes is 2 more hits and I'm gone. Now, that was just a rip-off. You got one attacking me from behind, one attacking me from the front. That was dirty. Yep. I have a feeling I'm not going to pass this game. Now it goes to air to sea, so now we're flying over the ocean. Watch, they'll probably... Oh, there's like a space shuttle or something. They'll probably come down to the very end of the game. I'll probably be landing my jet and crash. This guy's really getting annoying. Why can't I have missiles that shoot back behind me? Pretty soon my fuel's going to be getting low. Look at my list again. Oh, I wasn't even looking. Well, that was Top Gun. Hope you enjoyed it. Next one we're going to see is going to be Solomon's Key. I had a feeling I was going to pass this game ever since I got hit with that first missile. So, next game is going to be Solomon's Key. It'll probably be Saturday when I do that, so see you then.